what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV, more boxing. Terence Crawford says that Errol Spence may struggle with Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia has a great style. For Errol Spence, everything I've been saying to begin with, even before the car accident, but let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos, Goodfellas Sports TV. And, yeah, I seen it on Boxing News 24. He did as part of his interview he did on The Zone with AK and Barack, or whatever their name is. They do a solid job. So, obviously Boxing 24, they got a shit opinion. They said only good win Danny Garcia got is Lucas Batiste. I mean, that's what you give somebody with no boxing. This dude fought Theo Payne early Young. He fought Kendall Holt. He beat Amir Khan when he was the underdog. And I think he might have been the underdog to Eric Morales. He said, he beat an old Eric Morales. But then that same old Eric Morales with one eye gave Madonna the business and almost won that fight versus Marcos Madonna. Like I said before, man, you got to watch you got to read these articles and watch who opinion you're giving. You know what I'm saying? And then, he ended up, you like it or not, he beat a better version of Lamont Peterson than Errol Spence did. You feel what I'm saying? So he got some good wins on his resume. You don't be the underdog and don't come up like he did, bro. And I had good wins. Even the Zab Judah fight was a solid win for him, because he had a cut eye. But, everything Crawford got a lot of respect for Danny Garcia. Even after what Danny Garcia father called him a nappy hit a nigga and all that. But he got respect for Danny Garcia. And he said that Danny got real strength. He ain't going to be able to push Danny back as easy. He said Earl got that same strength. He said he don't know physically or health-wise where Earl is at. And that's why a lot of the people kind of just looking at this fight with the objectivity is looking like, like me. I'm like, I might put a few dollars on Danny Garcia because Errol Spence still not healthy. He got a third post put in his mouth. He said he won't be back sparring in September. So, and that's if everything go okay. He don't have no setbacks. But, a lot of people just believe he gonna be the same fighter after flying through a roof or whatever the fuck he flew through. But like I said before, Crawford right. This fight gonna be tough for him because, not only does Danny have the tools to beat Errol Spence, it's a good style for him, but Errol Spence coming off an accident. Danny Garcia got real power. And the key thing that Terence Crawford says, what I said, if Earl fight Danny like he fought Sean, Danny Garcia going to have a hell of a chance to beat him. And also, Danny Garcia hungry. According to him, this is his last fight at 47. Unless he get a big money fight. But also, if he loses fight, I think it's over for Danny Garcia. He a glorified stepping stone. He could join Adrian Broner as being a glorified stepping stone. So he can't go up and get a title, in my opinion. So he desperate. He been training for this fight, been sparring big southpaws before the pandemic hit. But like Crawford said, if Errol fight the same way he fought Sean Porter, Danny Garcia is gonna give him problems. He can punch, he can counter, he can go to the body. He got good straight punches. He got good looping punches. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence ain't the guy that's going to get on his balls of his toes. And he not going to be, irky-jerky with him like Herrera. He not going to get on his feet and box like Lamont Peterson. If anything, I can't even think a guy that I seen Danny fight that's going to fight like this. Errol Spence ain't got the ball. He more flat-footed guy that's going to come downhill. And even if he boxing on the flat foot, while he flat-footed. He not getting on his balls, his toes, and moving his upper body movement like Herrera did, and shimmying and all that shit, man. Danny Garcia and Errol Spence closer to athleticism than Earl and Sean was. Sean was a superior athlete. Same thing with Danny. Sean was a superior athlete. Keith was a superior athlete to Danny. Errol Spence ain't really that athletic. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a lot of speed. He's slick. So, but what he can do is keep dudes at the end of his punches. He got longer arms than Danny. So it'll be interesting. The difference is Danny going to try to go for the win. Mikey just melted in. So it should be an interesting fight. People talking about he coming off the Red Cash fight. He ain't that good, this, that, and the third. But then again, he had to lose a lot of weight. I think he needed the rounds, but I think you're going to see the best Danny Garcia come through. But if this is the best Errol Spence or Errol Spence we've seen versus Sean Porter, I expect Errol Spence to win by 2 or 3 points minimum. But if this is Errol Spence at 100%, and I think this would be the biggest puncher that Errol Spence fought, bar none, on this level. Now, he might have fought some journeymen like Lartley that can punch a little bit harder. He fought the dude that dropped Keith Thurman, Brandon Hoskins. But this is a whole different type of level of fighter right here. I think he fought him at 54, Hoskins. But this is a whole different type of level of fighter right here. You know, this is a guy in Danny Garcia that some of the mistakes that he makes, Danny is going to take advantage of. And with the injuries being there, Danny Garcia can fold him like a lawn chair. Counter right hand, good left hook. You know what I'm saying? Errol going to have to box and stick and move in this fight. And if he can use the ring and outbox Danny, and Danny continue to struggle to cut the ring off, then Errol should be able to box to an easy decision. You know what I'm saying? But if Danny can learn to cut the ring off and make Errol fight, or if Errol chooses to come out there, prove a point, and fight like he did with Sean, Danny got a tremendous chance of winning. So Crawford is saying everything that I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, about this fight, that Danny style match up really, really well for the aggressive style of Errol Spence. He gonna have an opportunity. Some of the things that Errol do square up, you know what I'm saying. You see how Sean was turning him, and you know what I'm saying. The difference is with Sean got more speed and better footwork, but Danny got more power and got more clean, effective punches. So if Danny start landing clean on that mouth and knocking a few of them fronts out, it's gonna be a problem. Shit, Danny should be aiming for the hip too. He should be doing the old Chavez trick and hitting him on the hip. That's what I be doing. I be doing the old Chavez trick and hitting him on the hip. Because he said he injured his hip. I wouldn't tell nobody what my injuries was. You know what I'm saying? Chavez did that to a lot of his opponents. He tried to do it with Pernell, but it didn't work. You know, I be hitting him on the hip, coming upstairs, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is saying everything that I'm saying about this fight, that obviously styles make fights, and this is if Danny can recapture glory at 147, this is his last opportunity, because all the other champions are bad matchups for him. Pacquiao, too much speed, too irky-jerky. Crawford, the same thing. And the other, guys up under them, Keith, Sean, they all too athletic for him. Athletically wise, as far as the top guys, this is the best matchup for Danny Garcia. And I think Crawford sees the same thing that I see for this fight. Not saying that he will win or won't win, Danny Garcia, but if Errol ain't 100%, he can easily lose this fight, because Danny Garcia can punch. He's a good counter puncher, and people just think when you get into a car accident like that, you're gonna be back to what you were, and how that car was and how it flipped and all that other stuff. I mean, you can believe the fighter for what he say, but I can't believe Errol Spence until he get through sparring. When he get through sparring, we'll have a better gauge or where he at. He go through sparring, and it's hard to tell what type of sparring he get, because when the sparring partners go hard, they take it easy on him. But when he get in that ring, it's gonna be a different ball game. It won't be no 16-ounce gloves. It won't be no headgear. It'll be almost a year. It'll be over a year when they fight. I think October, November. It's gonna be over a year he been out the ring. And one thing people need to know is that Danny fought this year. So Danny is already in rhythm. Errol Spence is going to be a year out the ring. Now, he used to long layoffs. From Ocampo to Lamont Peterson, that was 6 months. And then Lamont Peterson, was it Peterson, then Ocampo? I don't know. It was a minute until he fought somebody after Ocampo. Then he fought Lamont in January, Ocampo in June, or July, or something like that. Then I think he came back and fought Mikey Garcia. So that was about 8 months later. So I don't know the last time he had a year layoff. So this is going to be a year plus layoff for him. And then he fought this year. And then he was training. And then he know what this means. And I think, when Danny seen the Sean Porter fight, he seen flaws in Errol Spence, and he got brave. He got some courage. He got some heart. But I agree with Terence, stylistically wise, if Errol is in kill mode and he attacking and he don't stick and move, if he in kill mode, Danny Garcia come off an accident, got a great opportunity. And, I think Errol will struggle. I thought Errol would struggle with him a little bit, before the surgery, before the car accident. That's just my humble opinion on there. But hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Check out our welterweight playlist for more welterweight topic videos. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. You want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. Quickest way to reach out to me is Twitter, then IG, and Facebook. All those links in the description. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas, Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.